Hi guys, my name is Ashley. I'm a physical therapist here at Physical Therapy and Balance Center in Rockville. And today we are going to be talking about some equipment swaps that you can make to use some everyday home objects in place of gym equipment. Even as gyms start to reopen, a lot of people certainly are apprehensive about going back to the gym. So it has forced a lot of people to really get creative and use some different things that they have around the house to do their workouts. So one of the first things that you can use, this is something that we definitely all have in our house, canned goods. So this is a can of French style green beans that I probably bought when there was nothing else on the shelves during the pandemic. So this is about a pound. Anything that's 16 ounces is going to be a pound. This one's maybe a little bit less. And that doesn't seem like a lot of weight, but what you can do is a lot of high repetition activities with canned goods. So you can get in some bicep curls. Now this is lightweight. This doesn't feel extremely challenging to me right now, but if I were to do about 50 reps of this, you better believe that I would be feeling it in my biceps. So you can get in some bicep curls, you can do some shoulder presses, things like that. Any kind of extension, your tricep kickbacks. There really is a lot that you can do. Just use these like you would use a dumbbell. So that's the canned goods. The next thing we have, and this is something that everyone definitely has in their house, laundry detergent. The other thing that you can use in place of this, if you have a gallon of water or a gallon jug of milk that is almost gone, once you're done with it, fill it up with water. You can use this for a lot of, whole body movements. So one thing you can do with this is a squat. So Amanda, if you wouldn't mind just moving the camera back a little bit. I'm gonna turn to the side and show you guys. Just tilt it down. Good. So I'm just gonna hold this out in front of me and I'm gonna do some squats. I can make it a little bit more challenging by holding it even further out in front of me. So you can do some squats with that. The other thing you can do with this is some sit to stand exercises. So same kind of idea here. I'm gonna hold this out in front of me. I'm gonna stand, sit back down, stand, sit back down. And again, to make it even a little bit more challenging, you can go ahead and hold that out at arm's length. So what that does, it lengthens the lever arm. It makes me work a little bit harder to do that movement while holding that out in front of me. So lots of good things that you can do with laundry detergent. Any of those moves are really great. All right. The other thing that a lot of people probably have lying around the house would be some textbooks. And what you can do a lot of things with these. Anything that involves a movement where you can hold something overhead, you can do some lunges with this. So if we move the camera back a little bit, you can lunge forward. You can also do some backwards lunges with this. And just holding that textbook overhead gives me a little bit of weight, a little bit of resistance. So that's obviously a good thing that you can do. Another common object that you might have around the house, a soccer ball, a basketball, any kind of, sports ball. You can do some Russian twists with the ball, rotations from side to side. You can do some overhead movements with it and kind of just work the abs a little bit. So this, again, doesn't have a lot of weight to it, but that's where you would want to get into more repetition. So if I go side to side and I really engage my core and I do that about 50 times or so, that's certainly going to give me a good core workout. Okay, so the other thing that you can use is a chair. And what you can do with a chair is some tricep dips. So if I'm just going to sit for a second as we move the camera back, I'm going to straighten my body out. Arms are going to be against the chair, and I'm just going to go down into a tricep dip and come right back up. So that's another way that you can use, some everyday objects. Last one here. We've got a towel. Everyone has towels. You can also use a belt. You can use an old men's necktie for this, and we can use this as a stretch strap. So I'm going to show you a quick calf stretch that you can do with this. So I'm going to be sitting down. I'm holding this towel up into kind of a nice narrow shape. I'm going to put one foot out in front of me, and I'm going to loop that towel. Let's do this. I'm going to loop the towel around the back of my foot, and then I'm going to go ahead and just pull up towards me. And as I do that, I get a nice good stretch in the back of my calf. So you can use that as a stretch strap. The other thing you can do, and it's not going to offer a lot of resistance, but you can kind of use this to function as a resistance band. So if I hold on the edges, I can do some step downs and use it in that manner too. All right. So I think that is all that we have for you today. Get creative. You have a lot of things around your house. Anything that has some weight to it is certainly going to, you can find a way to use it, whether it's holding it overhead, holding it out in front of you, doing some twists, things like that. Really get creative. And just because you don't have access to a gym right now does not mean that you can't still get a good workout just with some things that you have around the house. All right, bye guys.